It's March 22nd, 2025. Okay, last night outside where I was working, same guy was on the phone with that guy that said his grandfather bought me. That older uh, uh, Indian guy on January 22nd, 2019 showed up at where I was going to get my stomach scoped and said, "That's my beautiful princess. My beautiful, beautiful princess. You may tell those people to make sure nothing happens to her." Okay. Well, I told you about 2 nights ago where they were outside talking real loud. We all know my grandfather bought her for one of us. Okay. Found out what kind of people she went out with before. It's not funny and da 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 da. And what's going on about a lot of different things. Well, last night, the guy was out there talking to him real loud on his phone and said, some guy named John showed up and said, "Who do you think you are? Telling people to make sure she don't go out with anyone else. Who do you think you are?" And he said, "I already told him I found out she had went out with police officers and business owners, and these people are running around telling everyone she's not good enough to go out with. And look who she went out with. And they're running around running everything." And really told him off. You know, I put it up on Facebook. If you have that old mean joke of you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. There was a cartoon of it of a pig in ladies' underwear and red heels putting lipstick on. Put it up on Facebook. I don't care what kind of lipstick you put on a pig, it is still a pig. You know, I don't care where they say, "Oh, it was some guy named Steve or Eric in her home before. It was some guy named Pete. Oh, it's some guy named Will." They're all human traffickers. They're serial killers. They sell women and children for sex slaves and to be murdered. They're the human traffickers. I don't care what you call them. They are still human traffickers. It's documented by the police. It was a drug cartel in my home before. So does it matter what that pig in ladies' underwear and red heels, what color lipstick it puts on? No. What name you put on it? No. They're still human traffickers. That's who was in my home before. Yeah. Where Officer Mark on a Tuesday in August of 23 that I told a lady they were outside Kohl's yelling it across the parking lot. None of this is funny. Did her ex-husband defend her? He said yes. Did anyone ever talk to her? He said no. Then they had to frame her. It's documented and verified. She was framed before. Was it the drug cartel? Yes, we've seen them. So who was in my home before? The drug cartel. Dave hired Pete on his own. It was Pete and his men. Drug dealers. Running a drug scam. It's a big fraud scheme. Photoshopped of washing yourself in the shower and drug confessions. Okay? It's also documented and verified. Another woman was using her insurance, and it was a medication error that made her sick before. Where I talked to my one friend that used to work at the Stark County Prosecutor's Office. It's a big fraud scheme what they're doing. Photos where they laugh in your face in front of people in stores that they photoshopped you washing yourself in the shower in another room. They probably did. It's clicking and pasting. Where you had all the signs of being drugged, being raped, and nobody thought of a rapist. Somebody was hurting you. They probably did drug you up and tell you to say something stupid. It's a fraud scheme. We all know you're sleepwalking with those date rape drugs. It's a big fraud scheme. The fake sodium pentothal reports. Well, it's just like paying off a dirty doctor. Now, think about this. There's supposed to be a doctor with an occult in the drug cartel, working for the drug cartel. That's trying to help a cult get away with killing someone. that is with people drug beating, raping someone, human trafficking, selling kiddie porn to little kids going potty, and then selling people for sex slaves. But the doctors with them. How much integrity do they have? None. None. You know, I told you that I think my whole marriage was a scam. Dave only made $80 a week working for John Cowgill. My brother-in-law Tim would go to work and say how he made $500 to $1,000 a week or more. With inflation, it's like him saying he made $1,500 to $3,000 a week. It's like saying you have a $150,000 a year job. Okay, back in 1985, you could buy like a $200,000 house for $35,000. I want you to think about that. He only made $80 a week. The whole thing of it is, my father would have never, ever hired him to work in that factory if he wasn't a son-in-law. Where my sister-in-law, Barb, after we got married, said, I'm so glad he finally settled down, Karen, and married you. She said, because he wouldn't stay at home because his mom, Marjorie, had Parkinson's, and she had another disorder. She sat and screamed. It was horrible. It was horrible. And he would spend the night at John Cowgill's or at mine. I'd get him home. He'd be parading all kinds of women through my house. They had sex in my basement. I think one of the women from Barb's Basement and him came up with the idea of him marrying me. Within 9 months, my dad gave him a job. There was rumors at the factory he was cheating on me with a heavy-set white brown woman. My mom knew of her. Every union rep knew of her. Told my brother to get me proof. And then all of a sudden, where we got insurance, she went Harry Carey on my insurance. He's like, some crazy woman got your ID, Karen, and is running up insurance. You didn't have to show ID back then. You could go into Altman, emergency room, stat cares, give them your name and address. They'd see you and bill you later. Doctor's offices. You never had to show ID. Ever. Ever. Even now at Walgreens, my prescriptions, I just give them my name and address and they hand me my prescriptions. She was even using my prescription card. I went to get pain medicine filled. Told me I just got it filled last week. I hadn't had it filled in a month. I had to call my doctor, explain. They called it in at a different dose, and then I had to pay for it out of pocket. It happened a lot. She ran up over $50,000 to $100,000 in copays. My brother knew of her. My mom knew of her. I even argued with Altman Hospital. They call me. We want to talk about your stay here. I haven't stayed in your hospital in years. Tell them about this lady using my insurance. She said, well, you see Dr. So-and-so. Never heard of him. Well, we sat and talked, don't you remember? I said, ma'am, I told you some other woman's using my insurance. Well, you told me that you had 2 little girls. I have 3 boys. My mom knew of her. Everybody knew of her. Kay McMillan, the secretary of Midwest River, told Dave if he didn't pay those co-pays, she'd turn him over to the police for insurance fraud. He said, Karen, they're just trying to break us up. I have you as if I go out with a heavy-set white brown woman. I was a size 3, 105 pounds, had brown hair, big blue eyes, looked like Linda Carter, and he's out cheating on me. It was a scam. That's why he beat on me so bad all through our marriage. Every time he had a bad day, he beat the hell out of me. Then he would be, oh, I'm so sorry. I taped him saying stuff like that, admitting to beating on me and beating on me before, and how can't you just get over it? You know, I looked up Stockholm Syndrome. It's a way of surviving abuse or someone kidnapping you. You make yourself believe you're madly in love with them, and that's how you can tolerate it. Where I always said I loved her with all my heart. I realized it was my mind making me a way of surviving him beating on me. I know that I've grown a lot in the last couple years. Getting beat all those years, and just even times he just had a bad day and beating the hell out of me, leaving marks and giant bruises. Him and that girl, he probably just wanted a way out. These people are so stupid. They don't realize laws. Right to privacy. Policing agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements. There's nothing else. In a quarter. I'll be down in a minute. Sorry. And no doctor can talk to anybody without your consent. It's HIPAA.